Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy. And friends, we are back for another week of incredible recipes. We've got some fun stuff on the menu this week. We are gonna have a full 5 recipes this week. Even though I am doing a conference at church Thursday and Friday this week, I'll have a recipe for those 2 days. I may have to change what I have on the menu because I forgot about the conference when I planned this menu out. So there may be something that just goes in the crock pot so that it's ready for my husband to eat since I won't be home until late those 2 nights. I'll explain more about that conference later. Super excited to get to participate this year in this conference. And so like I said, I'll fill you guys in on that in a little bit, but let's get this done. We are making a cheesy jalapeno chicken. I had to think. So I'm doing my own twist to this recipe. You guys know me. If you follow me, you know I don't necessarily follow recipes super well. They inspire me, and our oven's hot. They inspire me to do my own thing with it. This recipe is basically chicken and corn. So I'm doing some yellow rice on the side, and that's gonna give me some extra rice for tomorrow night because we are gonna have fish tacos tomorrow night. Hubby and I have been craving those for a little while, so I finally put those on the menu. So we're just gonna eat half of this tonight. We'll have the other half for tomorrow night to have with our fish tacos. So I have my water going on the stove, getting ready to get that going. Let's get our stuff ready. Like I said, I'm doing this recipe a little bit different. I wanted to add a couple things to it. And I'm doing the chicken differently because I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breasts instead of chicken breasts with the skin on, which I don't usually buy those. So I don't feel the need to go through the step of browning them in the pan. So we're just gonna put everything together in my heavy duty it is a cast iron. It's an enameled cast iron pan that's gonna go into our oven, and we're just gonna cook everything together in there with the exception of that rice. So let's get this put together. Hubby's hungry. This has to cook for about a half hour in the oven. So let's get it done. All right, so in my pan, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my layer of Mexicorn. This is my Mexicorn that I made this last summer. We went and got all of these things, the jalapenos, the corn, everything. We picked these up at a local farm, came home and blanched the corn, did all this stuff right here. This is super fresh, local veggies. So one of the things that I'm gonna do to this, the recipe did not call for, is I'm gonna put some cream cheese in this corn because I think it's supposed to be a cheesy jalapeno and chicken, but I didn't think it had enough cheese in it for me. So I softened a little bit of cream cheese, about 4 ounces of cream cheese, and we're gonna add some of the cheese to this. We're gonna put some cheese on top of it as well. I have this little bit of Mexican cheese left from a bag of Mexican cheese that I had. I need to get that out of my fridge and be done with it. So we're going to use the rest of that. I have a partial block of cheddar, so we're going to put some of that in here. The reason I'm putting this cream cheese in here is because mixing in just cheese into this corn, I think, is going to make it stick to the pan, and I don't want that. So I think that cream cheese is going to give it a creamy base for it to stick on, and I think that's going to help it to not be such a huge mess. This is a very easy recipe though, friends. This does not take a whole lot of ingredients. Has a lot of spices, and if you don't want to go to the effort of putting all those spices together, by all means just use a taco seasoning, use a fajita seasoning, or just pick 1 or 2 of those and use those by themselves, and it'll be fine. It's whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of cooking in your kitchen, is you get to make things the way that you want to have them. So we're going to give this just a quick little toss. Try to get that cream cheese mixed into our Mexicorn, get our cheese mixed in. I think if you wanted to make this a one and done kind of casserole, you could by all means mix in some rice in with this and then add some chicken stock and just make this a 1-pan casserole. But I wasn't thinking that far ahead, so we're just going with what I'm doing, putting in our little bit of cream cheese in here to give this a little bit extra flavor, a little bit of a creamy base, and we're just going to spread this out. My pan is probably a little bit big, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so I'm going to mix up my spices first, because I'm just going to eyeball these. I am not going to measure, but I will leave the recipe that I'm following. So I'm going to do about a teaspoon and a half of our Redmond's real salt. We're gonna do some cumin, and I'm just gonna eyeball that. I love cumin, so we're just gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna put in about 2 teaspoons of cumin, roughly. We're gonna put in some, I'm using my roasted garlic powder that I got from my sweet friend Nicole from Lazy Creek Homestead for Christmas. I'm loving this stuff, Nicole. It is super, super good. I'll have to see if I can find it around here. Need some oregano. We need to put in some minced onion. Since this does not have regular onion in the recipe, we're just going to use the dried minced onion. We're going to put in some parsley. And we are going to get a little bit of our heat, not just from our fresh jalapeno, but we're going to get it also from our chili powder. So we're going to put some chili powder in here. This one I am going to be really careful because I don't want this to be blazing hot. So we're going to mix our seasonings together. My water's boiling. Let me do my rice really quick. If you guys have never purchased this brand of rice, you really should. They have the yellow rice, they have Mexican rice, they have red beans and rice. This is one of my favorites. They also have an avocado rice, which I cannot eat because it has dried cilantro in it. And if you guys know, I am allergic. All right, so I'm gonna take my chicken. I wanna look them over real quick. If there's any little bit of fat, I'm gonna go ahead and trim that off because we do not want those little extra pieces of fat on our chicken. So we're just gonna trim those off real quick. And then I'm gonna lay them on my cutting board, my cutting mat actually. So this pack of chicken had 4 little pieces. So this is not gonna take as long to cook as the recipe says because I'm using chicken cutlets, chicken breast cutlets instead of the big thick chicken breast pieces with the skin and bone. I don't typically buy those. This one we're just gonna, like I said, just take off any of the bits of fat that are on there. I don't like biting into this little hard piece that's right there, usually on that piece of the chicken. Throw my container away. I think the rest of these look good. All right, so we've got our 4 little pieces. We're just gonna season these up just a little bit with our seasoning. Try to get both sides, and I'm gonna put them right in here and then season the other side because I don't wanna waste this seasoning. So we're gonna put it down there and then season the other side. This is a really tiny piece, but I think it's gonna be okay. We'll just kind of stick him right there. Okay, that looks delicious. Well, we can go ahead and do the rest of our seasoning. Might as well get rid of it. Make sure everything has super good flavor. All right, let me get rid of this stuff real quick and wash my hands. All right, we've got our jalapeno. We're gonna slice this into rings, and we're gonna just add this right into our casserole dish. I'm gonna finish this with some cheese on top when it comes out of the oven. There we go. So we're just gonna tuck those jalapeno slices all over in here, just like that. One more thing we need to put in here is some lime. And I'm gonna take this lime and I'm gonna squirt this all over the top. And then I'm just gonna stick this piece of lime down inside this pan. And this is gonna go in our 350 oven for probably 15-20 minutes. Like I said, those chicken pieces are pretty thin and I don't think we need to cook them a whole lot. I don't want them to be tough or overcooked. And just like that, we're gonna put this in our oven. All right, friends, you can see I just pulled this out of the oven. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this lime out real quick because I don't want to get cheese on that because nobody wants to eat that piece. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shred some cheese. I've got a little bit of pepper jack here. and a little bit of cheddar. We'll see how much we need. But we're just gonna get this all covered in cheese, and then it's gonna go back in the oven for probably 5 or 10 more minutes, just to let all this cheese get nice and melted. It's smelling amazing. Our rice is done. I love that packaged rice. I don't know if you pronounce, how you pronounce, like Virgo or something, I think is the brand. Whatever that is, it's incredible rice. We love it. We eat it quite often. I always seem to have several bags in my pantry just for quick, easy side dishes. It's really, really good. All right, I have just a little tiny piece of cheddar. Need to get rid of this, so we're just going to use this up. Get a little bit of contrast of color with our cheese. And like I said, just a few more minutes in the oven, just enough to get this cheese melted. Our chicken is essentially done. So we're just going to put this in there for another minute and let this finish up. I am excited to eat this. All right, friends, here is our cheesy jalapeno chicken. It looks delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and dish up some rice. Like I said, this rice makes enough for us to have leftovers tomorrow that we will have with our fish tacos, which are gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna just dish out some of this corn and jalapenos. Got some sour cream on the table that we can put on the side, but there is our dinner number 1 for this week, our cheesy jalapeno chicken. We'll see you tomorrow for another recipe. Hi friends, it is Wednesday. I am in here making dinner. I'm gonna bring some dinner to my husband. He is at the church tonight doing some things before his life group starts. I've got life group tonight with the grade school kids, so I need to get to church as well. So we are having taco salad tonight. We did not do our fish tacos last night. Hubby came home, said that they had an employee lunch yesterday, so he was stuffed and did not have room to eat dinner. So we just waited till later in the evening. We had a little snack before we went to bed and it was fine. So I froze the fish, and so it's in the freezer. It's breaded, ready to go. So we'll have fish tacos maybe one day next week. But I have my menu planned out the rest of this week because I'm attending a conference starting tomorrow at church, and I'm gonna be at church all day long for the next 3 days. So I need to have something that's gonna be super easy for him to just reheat. And fish tacos are not one of those things. So tonight we are having taco salad. That's what he wanted. That's what we had planned for tonight. So I'm gonna stick with the rest of our plan for the week and just continue on. And so I'm excited. I feel blessed that I get to attend this conference. It's for youth leaders, kids leaders, youth pastors, all those type of people. And so I'm excited that I get to attend this along with my best friend, who is our soon-to-be children's pastor. So anyway, busy couple of days coming up. And so I need to get dinner ready tonight because I need to leave here in about an hour to get dinner to my husband so he can eat before his life group starts. And I need to get upstairs and get prepared for the kids. So let's get this started. I've already got my taco meat or my ground beef already cooked up. Figured you guys don't need to see me cook ground beef. You've seen that a million times. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys how I do my taco salad. So I normally put a can of Rotel in with my taco meat as well as the taco seasoning. I found this can of diced tomatoes with jalapenos at Fred Meyer when I was there a couple weeks ago. So I'm gonna add this to my taco meat as well as a little bit of this taco seasoning. And the reason I'm only putting a little bit is because I need the rest of this taco meat or the rest of the taco seasoning for our special taco ranch salad dressing. I love this salad dressing, and I have not had it in quite a while, actually. Hold on 1 second. So what I started to tell you guys is, if you guys are new and you're just new to my channel, you haven't been following me for very long, I was a head chef at a sorority house on campus at the University of Oregon for a little over 12 years. And I absolutely loved my time at the sorority house. And my boss, that was the first boss that I had there, she was 80 years old when she retired. She'd been there for 30 years. She was an incredible lady. But her favorite thing that we made was our taco ranch. And we always had it when we would have taco salad bar. And we'd always have to make extra because Char needed to have some for the rest of the week. She wanted some extra salad dressing, so we'd always make a little bit extra. So essentially, this salad dressing is made with ranch salad dressing. The Hidden Valley Ranch is what we used to make at the house. We made a gallon container of this at a time because when you're feeding a ton of girls, I had 75 girls living in the house. And on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, we fed the entire sorority house, which was a little over 200 girls. So we went through a lot of ranch. So we're gonna make a little bit of ranch with the rest of the ingredients to make this taco ranch. And so I'll show you guys how we do this. So I'm not gonna make a huge batch of this because I don't need a ton of this salad dressing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my mayonnaise. My bottle apparently is getting down there. I wanna have enough that my husband will get to have some as well as I will get to have some. This container of sour cream is almost empty and it should be about what I need for the salad dressing. So we're gonna put a little bit of sour cream in here. I am not making this batch with milk because I am not making the ranch dressing beforehand. So I'm just gonna use the sour cream to thin out my salad dressing, and I'll use the salsa as well. So to make this salsa ranch, or this taco ranch, it is basically your sour cream or your ranch salad dressing mix with sour cream and mayonnaise. It's gonna have a little bit of taco seasoning in here. So I'm gonna add some of that. I'm gonna dump the rest of this back in my meat because I only need a little bit of that in here. We're gonna put part of our ranch. Since we're not making the full batch, we don't need this entire packet of ranch salad dressing. So I'm gonna put just a little bit in here. Probably that's good. And then we're gonna put in some salsa. You can use whatever kind of salsa you like. Whatever is your favorite salsa is what I would use. I'm just using Pace. That's what I have on hand. And that's gonna thin out our salad dressing. I'm gonna use this little spatula, get this mixed up together. So if you have ranch dressing, by all means use the ranch dressing. I did not have any ranch dressing right now, so I am just making a little bit of ranch with the mayonnaise, sour cream in the packet. We're gonna add salsa to it, and we're gonna add the taco seasoning. And that is what makes our taco ranch dressing. And it is so delicious, friends. This is the most incredible thing on a taco salad. So we're gonna go ahead and get our taco meat cooked up the rest of the way with our tomatoes with jalapenos. We're gonna get our taco salad condiments all set up here, and we're gonna get some taco salads made. All right, friends, I like my taco salad pretty simple. So here is my shredded lettuce. I don't like to put a lot of tomatoes. I'm not an onion fan, you guys know that. So I'm gonna keep mine pretty simple. I'm gonna eat mine now. I'll just put some taco meat down here. This taco meat smells amazing, friends, with that tomatoes with jalapenos in there. I think that's gonna be delicious. I grated up a little bit of pepper jack and a little bit of Colby jack. We're gonna put that down on our salad. And let's face it, you can't have a taco salad without cheese. I'm gonna put on some olives. I am a huge olive fan. I love olives. So we're gonna do some sliced black olives on here. Then we've got our beautiful taco ranch. We're gonna put some of this on our salad. Now you can put whatever you want. If you guys like jalapenos, put jalapenos, whatever you like on your taco salad, that's what I would put on it. I'm just a very simple girl when it comes to taco salad. I don't like a ton of stuff on it. This to me is a perfect taco salad. Taco meat, cheese, a little bit of lettuce, my favorite taco ranch dressing, some olives, and the other thing I'm gonna put on here, you guys are gonna love this. I am a Dorito girl, and I love to put some crushed up Doritos on top of my salad. So I like to just take them, put them in my hands, kind of just crush them up, Put them all over the top of my salad. And this is how I eat my taco salad, friends. I love it this way. I love the crunch that those Doritos give my salad. I don't want them all little tiny pieces. I want some big chunks in there. And that right there, friends, is my perfect taco salad. All right, friends, we are back for weeknight number 4. So this is gonna be the conclusion of this week's meals, because I am doing a larger recipe of tonight's dinner, so we'll have leftovers for tomorrow. I am starting a conference tonight at church, so I'm gonna be gone the rest of this weekend. And so I need to have some leftovers so that when I have my break, I'll have a dinner break in the evening. I'll come home, eat dinner with hubby, then I'll go back to church and finish the evening conference. So we're gonna make a loaded meatloaf potato casserole. So super easy, super quick. I need to preheat my oven. Let's get it preheated to 350. We're gonna get our meatloaf in the oven because that has to cook for about 30 minutes. We're gonna peel some potatoes. You guys have seen me do that before. I'll show you how I put my potatoes together, but I'm gonna get those in the oven, or get those in the pot boiling. Let's get our meatloaf put together first, and it's gonna be delicious. So I just have a bowl, and I'm gonna put 2 pounds of ground beef in here. This is just an 85/15. So we're gonna get both these packages put in here so we can make a big old batch of this meatloaf, loaded potato meatloaf casserole is what this is. Super excited about this. We're gonna add some barbecue sauce, if I can get this open. It's got lots and lots of seasonings in it. So we're gonna put in some barbecue sauce. This has cottage cheese, which I thought was super interesting. I love cottage cheese. So we're gonna put in 1/4 cup. All right, we're gonna put in some oregano. We're going to put in a little bit of basil. I am not gonna chop onion tonight. I don't really have time, so I'm just gonna use some chopped minced onion in here. We're gonna use some garlic powder. And a little bit of dried parsley. I also need to go grab a couple of eggs real quick. Put our egg in there. And I'm just gonna take my rings off, and I'm just gonna get right in here with my hands, and I'm gonna mix this. I know this grosses some people out. My hands are clean, I just washed them. This is the best way to really get a good mix on this, but to do it with your hands, you get a lighter mix on this, so you don't end up with a really tough meatloaf. Our oven is hot. I'm gonna wash my hands really quick because I need to put in a little bit of breadcrumb. All right, so let's put in some breadcrumb. I'm just using panko. You can use Italian, you can use plain, you can use whatever kind of breadcrumbs you want. I just happen to have panko sitting right here, so that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna get back in with my hands one more time. I've got my pan right here. It's just a 13x9 casserole dish. That's what we're gonna use to cook our meatloaf. Then we're gonna make our mashed potatoes and put those on top. All right, we're gonna plop this right in our pan. We're gonna push this out because we wanna get it nice and flat. Like I said, this has to cook for a good 30 minutes before we can put our mashed potatoes on top. So I just want to get this nice and compacted in here, just like that. This is gonna be delicious. This is going to 350 oven for about 30 minutes. All right, friends, I've got my potatoes. I went ahead and put the butter in here and the cream cheese so that it could start softening. We're gonna put in a little, these are loaded mashed potatoes, so we're gonna put in some sour cream. I'm gonna go ahead and mash these a little bit, and then I'm just gonna stir in my cheese. Our meatloaf, I just pulled it out of the oven. It shrunk down a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. It's gonna get these potatoes mashed up. I am gonna put in a little bit of this caramelized onion seasoning. And then we're gonna put in some cheese. And then I've got my bacon, and the bacon's gonna go on at the end because I don't wanna burn that bacon. I wanna have the potatoes have a chance to heat up with the meatloaf. And then I'm gonna sprinkle the rest of the cheese on top as well as our bacon. A little bit of this Colby Jack and a little bit of pepper jack. I'm gonna save part of this Colby Jack to do on top and a little bit of the pepper jack to do on top as well. I'm gonna do half of this thing. Okay, I'm gonna save the rest of this to put on top. Do some pepper jack. My husband and I both love pepper jack cheese. And then we're gonna put this on top of our meatloaf and put this back in the oven and let it cook for about another 10 minutes or so. Okay. I'm gonna keep my grater out because I'm gonna grate the cheese that's gonna go on top of these potatoes. I'm going to get a spatula because I'm going to need a spatula to scoop the potatoes back on top of the meatloaf. I love a good loaded potato, so I think this is going to be absolutely delicious. So as you can see, it shrunk down a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I just pushed it to one side. I'm only gonna put potatoes on the meat. I probably have too many potatoes, but you know what, that's okay, because these make amazing potato pancakes. So I'm just gonna put that's probably good. All right, this is gonna go back in the oven for about 15 minutes. Here is our meatloaf. You can do a little more cheese on top. Just gonna grate this. Grab our bacon. Here's our cooked bacon. We're just gonna sprinkle that on top. All right, this is gonna go back in the oven just to melt that cheese. All right, here is our meatloaf, loaded potato. Just gonna cut off a couple of chunks. I have some canned green beans over on the stove. You can see our meatloaf and our mashed potatoes. I think this is going to be delicious. I can't wait to go eat this. Put down some green beans and we're ready to go eat dinner. All right, friends, we're gonna go enjoy this delicious dinner. All right, friends, it is actually Monday, and I just realized I forgot to film the end of this video. I was in such a hurry to eat dinner that night and to get out the door and get to church for that conference and not be late. I forgot to film the rest. So anyway, it's Monday morning, and I'm just letting you guys know how last week's meals went. Monday night, that cheesy jalapeno chicken was one of my husband's favorite recipes now. He said he would definitely eat that probably once a week. It was so good. So I guess I'll be making that again for him. As you guys know, the fish tacos did not happen that night. Sometimes things happen like that. They do things at my husband's work. He comes home, he's not hungry for dinner. So we just do something light and super easy. So that happened that night. We did do taco salad. You guys saw that taco dressing is the best dressing. And it gives me such sweet memories of my old boss, Shar, who passed away a few years ago. And so anytime I make that dressing, I think of her, and it's super delicious. Hope you guys will give it a try. And then last but not least, we did the meatloaf mashed potato casserole, loaded potato casserole, and that was incredible. Super, super thankful that I had the leftovers for Friday because my break on Friday was a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. And so thankfully we live close to the church. So I'm like probably 5 minutes from church. So I was able to run home, heat that up really fast, eat some dinner with my husband, because I literally saw him maybe a half an hour the entire weekend between Thursday and Saturday night. I didn't see him hardly at all. So I was at the conference. He had things going. We both were super busy. So yesterday for Sunday, we just spent the day together, which was super nice, and just hung out. And that was super just refreshing and a good way to spend Sabbath and just relax. So we had a great meal. I had great meals last week. I hope you guys will try all of those. Again, you guys all mean so much to me, and it just warms my heart, friends, to get to read your comments and to see your big thumbs up on those things, and let me know. Let me know in the comments when you guys try the recipes that I post. I would love to get your feedback. I would love to hear what you guys think of the recipes. Not everybody has the same taste, but I would love to get your feedback. If you try one of them and you have a suggestion, let me know, because you guys know I love tweaking recipes. So I'm always happy to hear your thoughts, and your comments and your suggestions are always welcome. So make sure you keep sharing those things with me in the comments. Friends, your time is valuable, and I know that, and it just means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and hang out with me in my kitchen, see what I'm cooking, see what I'm doing. I'm planning a really fun video. I'm trying to coordinate with my husband to come with me on this one. So be watching out for that one. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss it. Hit that notification bell so you're notified when we do upload, because sometimes it's random. I just never know. Saturdays are supposed to be live video day. This weekend it did not happen because, as you guys know, I was at conference all weekend. So I was not able to do a live video for you guys this weekend, but we'll be back next Saturday for one. And friends, have a great day and get out there and do something incredible. Make somebody's day. Make sure you smile at somebody today, because you know what? Everybody's going through stuff. Everybody's struggling with things. And just to see a smile can turn their entire day around. Let me know. Let me tell you, because it does for me. So get out there and give somebody a smile, show somebody some love. And friends, I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, and God bless.